the employee who is working in the threat intel, manually they are going to those websites, how to design the product or how to design your project that will be your area of interest and your perspective, right? What are the DLPs we are implementing in the organizational laptop? It is on application level, it is not on the OS level. Hi everyone, today we are going to see about the cybersecurity projects, right? So here, why I'm creating this video. So in most of the scenario, I'm facing the questions from the freshers or from the experience they want to do their career transition into the cybersecurity. So in the last two videos, you have seen how to prepare about the cybersecurity, even though you are from technical or non-technical, and how to build up your resume, right? So each and everything we have discussed in the last two videos. If you have not watched, please do watch. I'll put those links in the description. So in the cybersecurity project is give you a positive impact on your career portfolio, or it will give a good weightage into your resume. So why this is important, right? So here what will happen, so whenever you are giving interviews in any of the companies, consider there are 100 number of people are there, right? So when it comes to scrutiny of the resumes, right? So in that point of time, there is a high chance they will see who have the good hands-on experience in the cybersecurity domain, right? So in that point, you have to be stand out, right? So for that, I have created this video. So how to create your cybersecurity projects, if it is for your job seeking journey or job searching journey, or if you are in cybersecurity any courses, or if you are doing your graduations, so this video is for you. Those are students, they want to do their career enhancement into the cybersecurity. For them also it will be help it out. Now here you can see I have segregated the videos into two parts, right? So one will be the project related, which is already available in the market, and you have to do something extra effort, or you have to do something new on that particular project. And another thing will be what are the recent cybersecurity challenges we are facing or organizations are facing. On those in those perspective, you have to create some projects or any product to solve those business challenges, right? So first we'll talk about the project part, how you can create it, and what are the opportunities are there, how to create those projects, and I'll give you the ideas, right, to implement in the project, to implement in the product. That will be your thought, because everyone's thought and perspective and designing of the tool is different, right? But I'll give you the ideas of what are the project ideas are there, and what are the cybersecurity challenges we are facing in the market. That I'll tell you in the next slide, right? So in the first one, as you can see here in the project part, there is a threat intel tool, right? So now recently what is happening in most of the service based company or product based company, in general there is a manual process for the threat intel, right? So first of all, you need to understand what is threat intel, right? So here you can see in an organization, consider there are 100 number of endpoints are there, multiple servers are there, multiple firewalls are there, right? So in their threat intel team, what they are doing on daily basis, they are going to the threat intel tools. If you can talk about Cisco Talos or CrowdStrike, McAfee, Defender, everyone has their own threat intel. So in organization threat intel team, they will go to those websites or those releases from their OEM site and try to list it out what are the 0-day vulnerabilities are there, right? Wherever the patches are not already released, right? And on those particular vulnerabilities, on those CVIDs is associated with some particular product. If that product is used in your organization, then you have to release a TAN report, right? In every company, all the cybersecurity service-based company or product-based company, what are the products they are using? Based on that, the threat intel team will release the TAN report. So TAN report in the sense threat advisory notification, right? So those threat advisories, they will get it from the OEMs, from the threat intel, right? As I can list it out here: Cisco, Talus, CrowdStrike, McAfee, Microsoft, whatsoever you are using it, or any kind of IBM security, you can take those things, right? So because there is a manual intervention, it means the employee who is working in the threat intel, manually they are going to those websites and they are fetching those informations, the particular CVIDs for that particular product which is already used in your organization, right? They are releasing as a threat intel, threat advisory notification, TAN report. But here you have to think about automation perspective, right? So what you have to do, what are the products you are using, list it out, right? Build a product, and that product will connect with all the threat intel tools based on the APIs, and it will fetch all the informations from that OEM threat intel tool, and it will give, or it will create a automate threat intel report or TAN report to the product team, or from the to the security team. So that what will happen in manual, uh, there is a area where you can do any kind of mistake, right? If it is automation, then there is a high chance you will not do lot of mistakes, right? So this is one of the product or project you can create it based on the automation part. In the second one, malware analysis lab, you can create a lab where both the static analysis and dynamic analysis, you can do it in a single platform. Okay, build any kind of your customized OS, you can create it, or you can create an environment where you just need to put the malware over there, and automatically it will do the static analysis and malware static analysis and your dynamic analysis at the meantime, right? After that, it will give a report to you, right? This is the way you can create your automation to build a product where it will give the static analysis report and dynamic analysis report in a same forum. So in recent world, what they are doing it, for static analysis they are using some different tool, for dynamic analysis they are using some different tool. But here what you have to do, again based on the APIs, right? So based on APIs, the malware will fetch the information from those static analysis applications or dynamic analysis applications. It will fetch the information and it will create an integrated platform and it will give a report. So that the time you are investing in the manual process and the automation you are investing on the automation process, it will drastically change, right? And here you can create a good amount of time saving, right? So this is one of the opportunity areas you can work on it and the malware analysis lab. In the SOAR, what is happening in your organization, consider you have in-house SOC team or in your in-house team, right? So in most of the scenario, what is happening, there are some repetitive alerts you will get it, right? But how to automate it? So if you are paying it for SOAR, yes, that is possible, you can get it. Otherwise, you can create a product where it will automate which are the alerts is coming repeatedly, and there you have to repeated activities, you have to reduce it. Okay, consider there is a computer where the end user is attempting wrong password, right, more than 4 times. So immediately alert will create, right? So after alert creation, what are the activities you are doing? In most of the scenario it is the same, right? But which activity you are doing multiple times, that you have to automate. Think about those things and how you can automate it. Build a project on that. That will help you out, right? Because when the interviewer will see you are doing a project on in-depth level, then he will get a confidence. Yes, this candidate has worked in the cybersecurity domain in a granular level, and he will be happy to grab you into his team or her team, right? So that is why I'm telling that idea I'll give it to you, but how to design the product or how to design your project, that will be your area of interest and your perspective, right? So this is one of the opportunity. In recent world, most of the people are talking about the self-driving car, right, in the automobile sector. So there again, if the automation is there, then there is a high chance of cyber threat in terms of your internet is connected to the vehicle, right? So there are multiple attacks are there which is already evolved and people are doing it. Okay, as part of red teaming, you can consider those things, and what are the attacks is very common, and how to prevent those things. Try to build a product or try to build a project on that, like your canvas attack, right, or relay attack on the car, right? That you have to think what is happening and how to prevent it. That you have to think about it. In the supply chain attack, so uh, first of all you need to understand what is supply chain attack, right? So consider about any product, like consider Microsoft, right? Microsoft have different products, different services, right? To deliver those product or to deliver those services, they are in the back end, they're using something, right? Not everything is in-house they have developed. In sometimes they are using open source. Not only about Microsoft, any product, whatever they are using it, right? They're using something open source, and if there is a vulnerability in that open source, then your product may go into the cyber attack, right? So the best example is the Log4j attack, right? In the December 2021, which one happened, right? So this is the best example. So in the supply chain attack, there is a very good area where you can explore it, right? You can prevent those attacks. This is just an example, but you have to think about what are the open source are there and how they are using in the main production servers, and what are the vulnerabilities are there and how to prevent those things. That you have to think about it. And the next one in the phishing automation, right? Phishing investigation automation. So in general, what is happening in the SOC, there will be trigger alert whenever anyone received the phishing attack, phishing email, and he clicked on it, right? So after that, in most of the scenario, the investigation process are similar, right? In most of the scenario, I'm not talking about everything. In most of the scenario, it is same. So how they are investing it? They are investing it from any kind of, not any kind of. So whenever they are receiving any kind of phishing email, they are doing the investigation where it is a repetitive task. In most of the scenario, it is repetitive, right? So in general, who is the SOC analyst or who is the SOC engineer over there or cybersecurity engineer, he will try to grab the email header from that, and on top of that, he will do the investigation. But again, I'll tell, most of the scenarios are same, right? So in that point, you have to build a project or you have to build a product where it will automate it. He will try to investigate himself on that product, what is they are doing on day-to-day basis, right? From the header. Generally, they are checking about the IP. Generally, they are checking about some different the attack points they are thinking about it, right? So there you can create a product or project where it will automate it, the phishing investigation. Now I'll talk about the challenges, right? So in the recent market or in the recent organizational perspective, what are the recent cybersecurity challenges are there that you have to think, right? So here I have listed out almost 7. So from my idea. So if you want to add it, please add it in the comment section. But you need to understand what I'm trying to tell, right? So it might be there are some products or some projects are there available in the GitHub, but you have to think something out of the box and prepare your own product or own project. Now the cybersecurity awareness for the public, right? So just think why the cyber crimes are increasing day by day. If you'll see the statistical report of the reported of cybercrime in all the police stations across India, it is kind of exponential growth after the COVID, right? Because most of the people are on air about the cybersecurity, on air about the internet, on air about the device security. That is why the scammers, they are not hackers, they are the scammers. and they are taking the benefits out of that. So here you have to build some kind of product where, or some kind of idea where it will give a cybersecurity awareness to the entire public. Because whenever cyber crimes are increasing, because they are not knowing it, when they will know it, this is the way the scammers are doing scam. If you will inform to the public, then they will get aware and they will not trap into the cybercrime, right? This is the only way you have to think, or the people have to aware about the cybersecurity. Then only the cybersecurity or cyber crimes reporting into the police station, it will reduce. So you have to think about a model, how you can build a project or product, it will aware to the people. And seriously, I'm telling, if you'll do it, it will be well recognized on government level and the law enforcement level. Because the way it is increasing, the effort from the law enforcement agencies or law enforcement department, it is more, they are giving more effort. If you will try to build any kind of product where it will aware to the people, so that people will not get trapped into the cyber crimes and they will not report it, right? It is a win-win situation. So you have to think about from that perspective. And the next one, in most of the time, recent, if you'll see last 4 to 6 months, okay, on which date I'm creating the video, the deepfake video is getting increased day by day, because most of the people are receiving fake videos from their relatives, right? So you have to try to build a product or a tool where it will detect if it is deepfake or it is a real video. Try to build a product. It will really helpful to all the law enforcement agencies. Now what is happening, manually we are doing the investigation for any kind of deepfake. No doubt some tools are there, but it is some in the commercial side, it is very expensive. But try to build a good product where it will detect whether it is deepfake video or it is a normal video, right? That product, it will help to entire law enforcement agencies, right? In the organizational email third party applications, so now in this area what is happening, consider there is an employee, he is working in an organization, and consider they have SSO enabled, right? Which are the applications is used in the organization in house, right? Which are well known to the IT team. What they will do, they will build a SSO, single sign-on, and the endpoint user, he will able to access that application with the help of SSO, because that is a single way of gate where you can access to all the applications, right? But now what will happen, consider there is an employee, he joined a company on 1st of January 2023, right? And he worked for 1 year till 31st of December 2023, right? So entire 2023 year he worked, and in the entire work tenure he worked in all the in-house applications with the SSO. But out of that, he created some applications, or he used some applications for his office work out of the SSO, right? So what he will do, just for example, he is going to any of the application A where he is creating his own ID with the help of organizational email, and he is creating the password. Now, in the same way, he has used 2 or 3 applications, okay? Application 1, application 2, and application 3. He created his account without SSO. It means he can able to log into that application 1, 2, and 3 with the help of username and password, okay? So when he created his account, that point of time, he will receive the OTP on the organizational email, which is SSO enabled, okay? He received the OTP and he created it, okay? The same way he has created for application 1, application 2, and application 3, okay? Next time when he will use in-house application, he has to go through SSO, which is secure. And for the application 1, 2, 3, there is no SSO enabled. He will just go through his username and password. Now, on 31st of December was his last working day. Okay, consider he left the organization. Once he left the organization, what organization will do? The entire IT team, they will block his email ID from the SSO level, right? Because he will not able to access his in-house applications, because that is a single way of gate. They will block it over there, or the sign in, they will block it. Okay, that is fine. Now the IT team is blocking all the in-house applications from the SSO level. Good. But the user can able to access those 3 applications, which one I told, without SSO. Application 1, 2 and 3, only his username and password, right? But how to do the solution? There is a problem. Even though he changed the company, consider the employee is not telling to the IT admin, apart from these applications, I am using these 3 applications, application 1, 2 and 3. If he will not tell to the IT team, they will not know. After leaving the organization, he can use the email ID and password to that particular application. If something mishappened, if that application getting any cases from any law enforcement agencies or whatsoever, any kind of attack, if it is involved, after 31st, it will be on the company domain name, right? So that time company will be in trouble. So how to do the solution? Think about from that perspective. Create a product on that. In the cyber attack on the operational technologies, nowadays what is happening in the operational technology, you know, right? It is all about your gas refinery, as in gas refinery plants or any kind of manufacturing unit. All the equipments are there which are robotic, right? So there, very millimeter of any changes, of any small changes of in RPM of any motor, it will destroy the entire plant. So how to build a secure environment? Nowadays we are talking about in the IT zero trust, right? But when it comes to OT, there is a very less chance they will give a access to assess or any kind of vulnerability assessment. Also they will not give a very easily, right? But how to secure it, right? No doubt in a indirect way we can build a SIEM. Okay, nowadays we are talking about the clarity, right? They are talking about the OT security. That is in the passive part, right? But in the active way, how we can build a proper secure channel in the OT, in the entire operational technology, that you have to think. If you have any idea, just try to build it. Try to build any high level HLD, right? High level diagram, or how to secure it in the entire OT infrastructure. In the 5th one, DLP bypass technique. So here in the DLP bypass technique, I'll not explain each and everything about the DLP bypass techniques, because there are multiple ways. If you have DLP, then also you can do any kind of vulnerability or any kind of illegal activities. Because what is happening, what are the DLPs we are implementing in the organizational laptop, it is on application level. It is not on the OS level. Once the OS is boot up, after that, the DLP application boot up and it will come into the act, right? But there are some techniques on the OS level. He can retrieve the data from your endpoint device or from your server or whatever you are using the storage option. There are many number of ways on the OS level they can retrieve those data, right? Because OS is the main component, right, after kernel. But the DLP application we are installing on top of the OS. But what will happen on the OS level if I'll do something, right? How to do? How to prevent those things? Try to build some project on that, right? Nowadays, all the people are moving from your on-premises to cloud, right? So in the cloud, what will happen? All of your services, you are hosting it over there, and you are giving services or products to your end customers, right? So in most of the organization, whatever I have seen, they are using all the three top leading cloud service providers like your Azure, GCP, and AWS, right? In some point of time, they are using IBM. Some point of time, they are using Oracle. So almost everything, but top three is Azure, GCP, and AWS, right? Now you have to build a project where what are the resources you are using across all the cloud services, keep it into a single dashboard. What are the misconfiguration they have in Azure, what are the misconfiguration they have in GCP, what are the misconfiguration they have in AWS, what are the misconfiguration they have in IBM cloud or Oracle cloud. Each and everything, just take any benchmark like CIS benchmark, right? Try to fetch those all misconfiguration from all the cloud services and put it in a single dashboard. And after that, you have to prioritize on which basis they have to do the resolution. If you are founding, or if you found any of the vulnerability, then you have to find then you have to give some kind of rating, right? Whether it is critical, whether it is high, whether it is medium, low, informational. Again, on top of the misconfiguration, wherever you are creating the dashboard, on top of that, you have to build something on the prioritization. How the consider you found 100 number of vulnerabilities across all the cloud services, and on the single day there is not it is not possible to resolve it all the 100 misconfiguration in a single day, right? You have to prioritize, right? So you have to build any kind of product or project where it will populate all the services misconfigurations of entire all the clouds, and you have to prioritize it, right? This is high, this is medium, this is low. On top to down, you have to do the remediation, right? On the next one, we are talking about the cloud computing, right? So nowadays we are using the encryptions, right? Which is considered about RSA or any kind of encryption you think about it, right? The main concept is, consider there is a data and you have encrypted with a password. If you are not entering the correct password, it will not decrypt it, right? This is the principle of encryption, right? To guessing those passwords is very huge. Okay, which are the passwords you have used to decrypt it? It is very huge, like 26 character, 28 character. It is a very huge. When you will talk about the BitLocker encryption, right? So in the BitLocker encryption, they are giving more than 16 character or 18 character, right? The password to decrypt it, right? If you will give it to a simple computer to do any kind of brute force attack, it will take multiple days, right? Because to guess the combination, it is very difficult. But in the quantum computer, it is a child play. You will not believe, it is a child play. Easily they will crack it. There is a cybersecurity or cyber challenge on this domain. How to do the solution? This is the business challenge, right? How to think about the solution. On top of that, if you will create a project, it will create a positive impact and you will be stand out from across all the 100 candidates who is with you on that to get those that particular job, right? So think something out of the box, build a product, showcase in the resume, and while giving interview or while giving your introduction to the interviewer, explain about the project so that he will be happy to her he or she will happy to listen you, because you have already worked in a real world business challenge and you have built a product, you have built a project on that, and it will really help you out to get more jobs, right? So that's all about all the projects whatever I have told. So if you can work on that, that will give you a positive impact on your resume and to get more jobs into those things. And if I'll get more ideas related to the cybersecurity, immediately I'll create a video. So after that, here you can see I have written a book on entire the cybersecurity, where I have covered entire cybersecurity from basics to advanced level. It is all about bird eye view of cybersecurity. It is dedicated who all are interested into the cybersecurity and they want to start their career. And if they are in the beginner level, for them it is advisable. And who all are from kind of mid range, like intermediate, for them also it is applicable. If you are in advance, then you will be knowing all those things. But this book I have dedicated to the beginners and the intermediate level, beginner to intermediate level, where I have covered entire all the cybersecurity perspective, from your SIEM, SOC, from the basic of the security, right? From that to cyber insurance, right? Nowadays we are talking about cyber insurance. It is in 2023 I am talking about, or 2024 you can tell that, right? We are talking about the cyber insurance. So what is cyber insurance? Why we are using cyber insurance, right? So almost everything I have covered in this book. If you have time, just feel free to have a look on this book. So that's all about from my side about the cybersecurity projects. So thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video. If you found this is valuable for you, please do like, share and subscribe. And it will really motivate me to create more videos on this cybersecurity domain. Thank you. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Take care.